I partnered with Matrix to show you how I took my bestie from this to this. Let's get into her technique. She is a first-time toddler mom and she was ready for a big change. I noticed that she had a lot of heat damage, so I started off by taking her hair in a large horseshoe section in the top of her head, and I am just cutting off the damaged areas. This is just her preliminary cut. We're not going into the shape. I just wanted to start with her hair curly so that I can see any areas that were compromised and damaged and try to take those curls off. She could have used a little bit more cut off, but we wanted to take this slow and modest. This is also the shortest her hair has ever been. Now let's get into the color. After I finished her cut, I went in with Matrix Light Master pre-bonded because again, she did have some compromised areas and fine strands, and that pre-bonded adds the extra protection that I needed to make sure that I could get her hair light, but also keep it healthy at the same time. I'm using diagonal sections, and that first section I painted a V, and I'm going to be alternating between weaves and V's. I'm using a medium to almost chunky size stitch. I want to make sure that this pops in her curls and I'm not leaving any ease in between the sections besides what is weaved out. So this entire section is going to be a slice, and I'm painting that V, going slightly higher towards the front hairline, and then I'm using my paintbrush style balayage brush to go ahead and blend in the center along with my balayage board to get some saturation. Continuing with these diagonal back sections, I'm now going into the weave in which I'm doing that medium size stitch, clipping the ease out of the way, and then I'm doing full saturation with this painting. My Light Master pre-bonded is mixed with 10 volume because we're going for a caramel shade. Her hair is fine and already a medium brown, so I don't need a ton of lift and I don't want to lift past the target level. I started from a middle part because this way her color will be even on both sides, exactly the same, and I'm following that same pattern all the way through. Now we're doing that slice, doing the V, and then blending. As you can see, I'm blending underneath this section as well. Making sure that I have a full saturation when I'm working with curls is going to help me to not have any inconsistencies or uneven color that could end up blotchy when that hair starts to curl up. And this is my last section. It is that weave, and I'm painting full. Using my balayage paddle also helps me to get full saturation, and then I'm sealing everything off with a balayage film on top. I did both front sections exactly the same. Now let's move on to the back. Back here, this is what I like to call my gradient placement. I'm starting by using just weaves in the back instead of alternating between the weaves and the V's. We're still doing diagonal back subsections, but the first 3 sections have all been weaves. This is going to leave more dark mixed in because the slices have been completely removed. In my first diagonal section after the occipital is when I add in my first slice. These slices are going to be higher impact because they are full saturation all the way to the end, and there is no ease or hair left in between. As we all know, even in fine hair, that middle back section of the hair can always be the thickest, and this is where you have to really be careful about saturation and making sure that you're painting both top and bottom of the section so that you're not ending up with any bleed marks or any uneven application. So after that V, we're following that next subsection with a weave, and this way I'm gradually making the top of her hair lighter. So we're gradually starting with that darker area of all weaves and then going into the weave and V placement from occipital to crown. This is a really fun way to create a really natural approach when you're coloring shorter hair. On clients who have a really tight taper in the back, sometimes I will leave the entire back section uncolored and start at the occipital with weaves and a bit of ease, gradually moving to weaves and no ease, and then finally ending with weaves and slices in between for a higher impact that goes gradually and doesn't look like the color just starts at the longer hair with no gradation or blend from the shorter hair. That's our final section. We allowed this to process for about 30 minutes and we got this beautiful golden tone. I really do want this to be warm, so I'm going to go ahead and enhance that with the SoColor Sync 8WN, and I'm just going to apply this all over. We left some of her natural root because my girly is very low maintenance. She wants to have color that's going to evolve and grow with her and then come into salon visits super infrequently. That's also a reason why we chose to do more of a Curly Bixie than a Curly Pixie. This is a shorter look for her, but it definitely still gives her the opportunity to pull her hair into a puff for when she does workouts. She can still get braids, she can still do different styling, and I told her if she feels a little bit more adventurous, then maybe we can go a little shorter next visit. I love that I can use SoColor Sync in a bottle. It is one of my favorite ways to tone, especially when I'm working with curls. You see how I am able to easily just use the nozzle to work through in my sections. They're not super clean, but they are relatively the same size. I'm taking sections that are about 1 inch. If I was working with a client who had thicker curls, then I would use about 1/2 inch sections. This is after everything is applied. I processed for 20 minutes and this is what it looked like after we rinsed and applied some styling product. I'm going to go into diffuse. So I am using my L'Oreal Airlight Pro dryer to diffuse her curls. I really only want to take the dampness out and make sure that her hair doesn't blow after I put her under the hood dryer. So I allow her to dry completely under the hood dryer, and now I'm going to break up her curls using a Curl Can Dream oil, in which I'm just scrunching through the cast. And again, I'm using my Airlight Pro dryer to just stretch some of these areas and really fluff her hair out. When I tell you guys the fluff is the most important part, I'm shaking all the way through, breaking up all of that cast before I go in and pick at the roots. Seeing that this is her first time with her hair this length, I'm just teaching her and walking her through what fluffing her curls should look like. And this is what the fabulous finish is like. She was absolutely obsessed with this look because let's not forget this before and after. I love how this color brightened her up and this cut gave her curls new life. Matrix was the absolute perfect choice to give her a brand new look that still feels true to her. If you want to see more professional color and styling tutorials just like this, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to Matrix on YouTube.